internet, why we are using internet, what are the uses of internet, and also we have talked about some
Recording in progress.
some terms about the internet, and also the history about the internet, what was the first name of the internet, and all those things, right? Okay, can anybody tell me, right, what is the first name we have used, or actually the people have used back then, to denote the internet? What was the first name?
ARPANET.
Yes, ARPANET. Right. Okay, can anyone tell me the long term of ARPANET? ARPANET is just an abbreviation. No? It is the short term. Right. What is the long term of that ARPANET? Can anybody remember? So I haven't give you the lecture material. So if you remember that, I'll be like happy. What is the long term?
Advanced Research Project Agency Network.
Very good. Very good. It is Advanced Research Project Agency Network. Right. Very good. So, which means you have taken down some notes and everything. There were two reasons. That's why I couldn't. There were two reasons why I couldn't give you the lecture notes. First one was I was preparing the lecture notes, and I'm still preparing. The second one is I wanted to check whether you are taking notes or not. So it seems that you are taking notes, right? That is very good. Okay, today we are going to continue our lesson from the point where we have stopped last week. Okay, we have talked about, finally we have talked about the last week. In last week you have talked about the uniform resource locator, or the URL, right? We have went through a web browser and see where the URL is located, right? Today we are going to talk about the parts of the URL. Parts of the URL, right? So URL, or normally normally known as the link, right? So link or the URL is a address, right? Electronic address, like we have in our home or our day-to-day life. We have an address to our location, right? Number one, something, like main road, Nigambo. Likewise, you have an address. That address lead anyone to your house. But this web address or the link or the URL leads you to a particular web page or a particular website, right? So as I've shown you before, right? The URL is in the address bar in the browser, right? So that URL has some parts, right? Some of them like tell it is like 3 parts. Some of them tell it is 5 parts. I'm going to go with the details, right? In a URL, there are 5 parts. There are 5 parts. The protocol, subdomain, domain name, top level domain, and the file path. If I repeat them again, protocol, subdomain, domain name, top level domain, and the file path. Right. First, we will learn about the parts, and then we will practically looking at some websites and see their parts, right? Okay, so the protocol. Protocol, what do you mean by a protocol? Does anyone know what is a protocol? Right, a protocol is, let's say, a standard or agreement or a rule we used in the internet, right? We used in the internet. Normally, we can see it is HTTP. That is the protocol we used in the web. HTTP mean Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. We use that HTTP as the protocol in the websites, right? Right. So that is the protocol we used in the internet. Or no, not we actually. The people who are constructing the internet, they are using the hypertext transfer protocol in their web browsers. Right. That is the protocol we use in the websites. Okay. If I ask you, right, what is the protocol we use in the mostly used in the World Wide Web? You can say what is the answer? HTTP. If I ask what is the meaning of HTTP, that means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Right. I will this one. Right? This one. You make your notes, right? I'm not going to include this, right? Hypertext, right? Hypertext transfer, TRAN TRANSFER transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol, in short, we known as HTTP. So this is the protocol in the internet we use to browse data. Then this www, the HTTP is the protocol, and we have then a colon, right? Forward to slashes, and then the www. Okay, what does this www means? What does this www mean?
World Wide Web.
Yes, World Wide Web, not wild, right? So you have pronounced it correctly, right? World Wide Web, right? World wide, widely spreaded, right? That is why it is called World Wide Web. World Wide Web. That is what we call www. Right? World Wide Web. Then again, we have the domain name. The domain name is where the sites or the range of pages are extremely specified. So this domain is Google. If we are going to the Google, right? Actually, this is the name of their website. Actually, if we talk about the Rajarata University of Sri Lanka, that is RJT, right? Rajarata, I don't remember the exact domain name, so we will see, right? So normally we don't pay much attention to the URL once we are searching in the search engine, right? If we are to go for a specific website, right, then we can use the specific URL or the link, right? You don't have to type this HTTP :// because it is automatically adding. So once you open the browser, you only have to type in the address bar www.google.com. That is all, right? Or www.donets.lk. Likewise, right? So rest of the things will be appearing normally, like, okay, so here the domain name, right? Soon you will know, you will see. Then you have the top level domain. Top level domain is the last 3 or 2 or 4 digits in the web address. So normally this .com. Then what are the other dot things? You know,
.lk.
.lk we have. What else?
.org.
.org. Yes, very good. .org we have. Another.
.gov.
.gov. Yes, we have .gov. What else? .org. Haven't you heard that? .org. We have .org as well. Right. Okay. So now you know. So you have told, right? That is very good, right? And also I must tell that. So we had a small discussion with your lecturers yesterday, and they told that your batch is now very interactive and answering questions, right? So that is very good sign of you, right? So please keep those good attitude and good effort until the 4th years, right? So we are happy about you now. Okay. That doesn't mean we were worried about at the beginning. We were happy about every student, but you are doing it great, right? Even in the first year, first semester, right? That is outstanding. Okay. Now you have some, let's say, you have some domains, top level domains, right? So as you said, right? Shall we list down them? Okay, we are going to list down them. We have like text. We have .com, then we have .org, then .lk, .gov, then .net we have, then what else? .int we have, right? .int, .edu, edu, we have .edu. This is not very widely used, but in some cases, right? If you have noticed, in case you have noticed, right, we have .mil, .mil. That is not very like widely used because it is limited, but you will know, right? So do you think those letters, do they have a meaning? Do you think they have a meaning? Can they have a meaning? Oh, if I ask, can they have a meaning? Yes, they have a meaning. Do you know what are the meanings? Can anybody guess? I'm going to clear these things, right? I hope that you have noted down these things, right? Okay, these 3 letters or these final parts or the top level domain initials actually have some meanings, right? Based on that meanings, only they are using those things, right? .com. What is the meaning of .com? Does anyone know?
Commercial.
Very good, right? You have done your homework, right? Very good. .com means commercial website. Commercial website. If any site has the top level domain as .com, which means, right, that is a commercial website. They are earning from the website. For an example, www.youtube.com. That is a commercial website. That is a commercial site. They are earning things. You can earn, right? In the monetization, you can earn, right? Then there are some other website ending from .com, which means they are earning money. Those are commercial websites. For commercial purposes, they have like established those things. Then we have another top level domain called ORG. What does this ORG means?
Organization.
Yes, very good, very good. Organization websites. Organization website, which means that particular website is belongs to or launched by an organization. That particular website was or launched by an organization to in order to like publish their things or give details about their products or something for any purposes, right? They have published it. The website is belongs to an organization. What is .lk means?
Lanka.
Yes, Lanka, which means if any website ending with .lk, that means that website belongs to Sri Lanka, right? That website belongs to Sri Lanka, right? That is why it is ending with .lk. Then gov means
Government.
yes, government website. So if anything ends with gov, which means that is it is a government website. So you shouldn't go and do some unnecessary things there, right? Because that is government, right? The government websites. Right. Then we have .net. What does that net mean? .net. Yes, yes, that is a network. .net means a network site. Network. Very good. Then int.
International.
Yes.
International.
International. Yes, very good. International website. So if by any chance if you have visited to the .int, which means you are visiting to an international website, right? Edu.
Educational. Education.
Yes, education website. So which means if there's anything ending with edu, which means that is an educational website. So you can learn things. The things related to that website is related to education industry. Then this mil means
Military.
Military.
yes. .mil means this is a military site, right? So which means this is belong to some military purposes. The purpose of this website is military, right? To military purposes, they have published this website, right? So these are very important, right? Please do remember, right? Please take notes of this, or at the end of the session, right? Please collect the recordings and listen to them and please take notes, because this will not be available in your note, which I will be given to you. Therefore, please take these notes and memorize those things. Sometimes I may ask them in your final assignment, right? Final assignment for 20 marks, right? It will be like after your project is done in the 20th, right? After that, maybe in the last week of that month, hopefully. Okay. So those websites are available, widely available, right? Instead of it, there are some many kind of things, right? But the thing is, right? So we are only required to know the best and widely used domains. These are the widely used top level domains. Right. Then we have this file path, right? File path. Right? So together with www.google.com, right? Together this part we called as the resource name. Resource name means the place where the website is stored, right? The place where website is stored. Like as I will be talking about the cloud computing, right? That cloud computing is related to this, right? So I think you don't. I didn't include cloud computing in this lecture, on right? Uh, I will add it into the next session, right? Next session we will finish this lesson, and also we will finish all the lecture series, right? Next week session will be the last lecture of yours, right? So we have completed everything. Now I am teaching additional things, right? So this is not an additional thing, right? No, the parts are additional thing. URL is a compulsory thing, right? But as yes, students, I think you should know, right? This part is called the resource name, or the place where the website is located. For an example, let's say a place in your computer machine, right? In your computer machine, you have saved some videos, right? Let's say in your D drive, there's a folder called entertainment. In that file, you have a file called films. In that folder, you have a film called, let's say, Frozen. I'm going to erase these things, right? Which means the Frozen. So that is this is where you have saved your movie called Frozen. Right? This is the place. Right? So here, this resource name means the specifying this computer. Right? This resource name is specifying this computer. This file path means inside that computer, where is the exact file, where is the Frozen located? This is equal to this one. This computer is equal to this one. The server, right? The server where the website is stored is denoted by this resource name. Right? The file path means inside that server in which folders you have your documents. Okay, let me show you that one. Let me show you that one. I will show. Right, here is but here is my computer hard drives, right? So I have C and I have D, right? Inside, so this you can see this is the source, right? This is the source. Inside that I'm going for the D drive. Now you see we have in this computer, yeah, I'm going to the new volume D. In that I have a folder called entertainment. So I'm going to the entertainment. Now you can see here computer, this PC, then D drive, entertainment. Here I have three. I'm going to the films. Now I have like computer, D drive, entertainment. Here I have films. In that films, I have so many categories like cartoons, some Disney or anything, right? So let's say we go for the cartoons. When we go to the cartoons, you can see the path here. PCD, volume, entertainment, files. Now in the cartoons, you have a file called Frozen. Okay, you go for the Frozen. Now you have this in the Frozen. You are going to this Frozen 2. You are going to watch Frozen. This mode. Now see the path here. See the path here in the computer D drive, entertainment, films, cartoons, Frozen. This is what, this is the path. This path is the file path. In front of that, we are adding our computer names, right? The same thing goes with the URL. Here, this www.google.lk means the server or the place where all the details are stored, right? The place where all the details are stored. From that onwards, we have to use the file path in order to access our particular web pages, right? Okay, let me show you that pages as well, right? Okay, let me show you a sample website I have developed. It is not in the entertainment, right? In here, we go to this. Study materials. Project. Report. Site. Work in progress. Virtual project. This you can you see these files? Small things. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Right. Yes. Like this, right? In the internet servers, they have files like this, right? This particular website is developed by me for the Department of Motor Traffic, right? It is still in developing stage, right? So if I double click on this one, if I double click on this one, you can see it's taking time. Right, it is still loading. Right, can you see this now?
Yes, sir.
Right, so this website was developed, actually I still developing, right, by me, right? This website is now in my computer, my local computer, that is called local server, right? In computer I have, right? Where it is located, in here you can see, in D drive, there's a folder called study materials. In that you have this Samir, in that have individual project. Here you have final report. Here that have folder called site. In that site you have again folder called WIP, then individual project. Again in the Department of Motor Traffic folder, you have a landing.html, right? So you can see here this landing.html. That is what this file path mean, right? Then you can click anything, right? This one. If you click this one, you can see it is showing something, right? So I cannot remember exact username and password I have gave, right? So this is right. And then let's go for this, right? Here you have some different things, right? Then we go for this, that is some different things. Right. Right, so likewise, it is changing. So once the pages are changing, you can see here that is changing. Now we are in candidate.login HTML, which means here we are in where? We are in landing.html, which means this one. We were here, we were in this one. Now we are opening this one, something called candidate here. This one. Now we are opening. So that is what really happening, right? So when we are developing websites, we develop page by page separately. And then we link them, right? We link them together. And once we click on these particular buttons, we tell that go for this site, go for that site. So that site or this site name is appearing here, right? So that is what basically a website happening, right? So this website shows you some information, right? So if you go for here, right? If you go here, you can have another one. So if I go back, right, you can see here, what is the last thing? It is index.html, which means we are opening, now we currently have opened this one. We have currently opened this particular HTML document. So what is HTML document? I will teach you briefly, right? In upcoming semesters, we will be learning about what is HTML and everything, right? Now we are in that index.html. So once we click on this one, now you can see we are in a different page, right? So if we check the URL of that page, you can see now we are in candidates.html. So candidates.html is something here, this one, candidates.html. Then if we go for like again this one, it is not developed yet, but what is it? It is in schedule exam HTML. That schedule exam HTML is in here. Here. Likewise, there are different things. So I am so now now this web page. Can you access this web page? Can you like log into this web page? Can you view this web page in your devices? Can you? Can you or can't?
Can't, sir.
Yes, you can't. Why? Because it is still in my computer. It is not connected to the internet, or it is not available or published. That is why you cannot. Right. So if I want to make these websites available to everyone in the country, what I want to do is, right, this is in my computer now, right? From my computer, I have to log into a website called like a server in the internet. So we will draw a cloud to denote the internet, right? From this computer to the cloud, I have to save them. I have to upload my website to a cloud, right? That is called actually a server, online server. I have to upload it to an online server. Once I upload it to an online server, that server will give me a domain name like www.udesh.lk or something like that, right? They will allow me a domain name with the resource name. So I have a subdomain, top level domain, and domain name. Once I got that domain name, I can give that domain name to you, right? Once you have the domain name, right, then each of you in the class can log into the internet by using your mobile phones or tablets, or let's say your own computers, right? So that you can log into this server, right? This server, and then there you can access my website, right? Then there you can access my website, but once it is in my computer, you cannot access them, right? You can access them once I uploaded it to the server, right? Did you understand how we can publish a website? Did you understand? Understand or not? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right, very good. So it is like this. Let's say you have a beautiful selfie with you inside your mobile phone, right? It is only visible for you. Once you uploaded it to the Instagram or the Facebook, others can see. It is like that. Once you upload your website into a server, online server, others can see that. Sometimes you can see site is out of reach. That message is appearing. Or the server is down. Sometimes say, we cannot access our website because the server is down. What does that mean? This server, right? This server here, it has some issues, connectivity issues, right? Because of that, this web page is not loading or not visible, right? Because of that, you cannot access to this server, right? That is why we call server busy or server is out of reach or site is out of reach, right? So now you know how a website works, how you can may publish a website. To develop a website, you have different platforms, right? You can code them by using hypertext markup language. Oh, sorry. Oh yes, hypertext markup language. So HTML, right? Or otherwise, you can use Dreamweaver. Even we have some online websites called wix.lk, wix.com or something to develop your own websites. Right? So you can go to a website. So let's say you don't have to develop from the beginning, right? You can get like website templates. You get a template because the word template is now familiar for you. Why? Because you have templates in the words and Excel and PowerPoint. You have templates. Likewise, here for the websites, you also have templates. Let's see, free templates. Okay. It is even it is available in the internet, right? So you go for these things, you can see there are different types of web templates. Like in the Word, right? If you open a Word document, it has some templates for like reports, everything. So here you have different templates, facility, paint wise, like different for foods. Like if you click on something, right, you can see either you can download the website or either you can live demonstrate the website. Right? You can download it like this, and you can also see a live demonstration, which means lively show you the websites and its features you are downloading. So this is the website. See, okay, this is just a simple one, right? That is good. Let's go for this one. So I'm downloading this one. I'm going to see a live demonstration. Yeah, now we have the live demonstration. So this is the website. So okay, let's say this is the exact site I want. So I downloaded it. Where it is now in the downloads. I have it this here. Now I'm going to open a new folder. Can you all see my screen? Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. You can see my screen, right? Right. This is the site I have downloaded. Okay. This is the site I have downloaded, right? Then it is a zip folder or zip file. I'm going to unzip it or extract it. Extract here. Right? It will take time, and now I have the website. So there are some folders called CSS. You will be learning those things. Then I have images. and then I have JS, which means JavaScript. Here I have another site called index. Right. If you right click on it and go for the properties, you can see that is the type of the file is a HTML document. To see the type of the file, what you have to do is right click on it and go for the properties. Here you can see this is the type of the file is HTML. This is HTML document. You double click on it, and once you double click on it, the site is opening, right? Now this is the site. Now you can change these elements as you wish, right? Okay, I will tell you how to change, right? So this is a mini web development class, right? So I will change you how to change. So to change, right, in the HTML, you don't have any software, but a small software called text editor, right? Text editor. You have to have a text editor, right? Once you have a text editor, you can edit your website. So text, for an example, you can have text editors like you have a default text editor called Notepad in your computer, or you have you can download Notepad plus plus, or you can download Atom. Likewise, you have so many things. I'm not going to tell anything, right? So you can download one of these things and you can start editing your computer, right? So please remember those text editors, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this file not with the browser but with my text editor, right? To open your document with the text editor, what I'm going to do is I will click on this one, not double click, just a simple click, and then right click. Once you right click, you can see there's an option called edit with Notepad++, because I have installed the text editor called Notepad++. Once I give that one, once I select that one, it will take few minutes and it will open a site like this. It will open a huge code like this. This is a code. This is called code. This is called source code. Right? This is the computer code you have written to display this website, right? If you do any changes to this code, which means this site will be changed, right? So shall we do a change, right? Here you can see it is appearing like facility, right? Facility. So we will change that one. So before that, we have to find that word, right? Here title facility means this title, right? Then if you move little bit, you will be able to see the words. By using the words, you can find. This is a button about contact us sign in. There is no about contact us sign in. So okay. Then welcome to hotel facility. Welcome to hotel facility is there. Maybe this facility is it is a link, right? Which means that is not type, that is a image, right? So let's change this one. Welcome to hotel facility. This word, welcome to hotel facility. Shall we change it as welcome to batch 2020? Oh, welcome to dot Keladam, right? That is good. Welcome to dot Keladam. Welcome to discovery of technology, brackets dot to K21. Right, now you have changed it. What you have to do is, right, once you change it, you have to save it. To save, simply press Ctrl+S. Ctrl+S means you save it. Now how you can visualize it here? What you have to do is you refresh the page. You refresh the page or reload the page. Now you can see, welcome to Discovery of Technology 2K21. Now here we have landing page 2019, which means here the landing page 2019. For that we will use like organized by 2020 batch. Right? Now we save it, or you can save it here, right? Or file, save, right? It is also working. Right? Then go here, and instead of clicking this reload page, you can press F5 in your keyboard. You can see organized by 2020 batch. Right? Here you have a button called read more. Right here you can change that. Register, save it and reload. Register. Likewise, everything is changing. You can change everything, right? About, contact us, anything, right? Contact us, free download landing pages. Likewise, so and so it is here, right? Instead of here, there are many visuals, so there you can change. Here you can change it. Let's say this is organized by the Department of Information Systems. Please remember, right? Department of Information Systems, right? Not system. Right? You change it, you reload it. You can see there are some. Everything is same here. No? That is why this is organized by the Department of Information Systems. Testimonials. We say about the event. About the event. Right? Likewise, you can change anything if you want. You can put your name even. Right? You can put your name here anywhere you want. Choose the preferred. Yeah, you can put your name if you want. Ushan Bandar if you want. That is one person from your batch, right? You can change. See, here if you want, you can coordinate. Okay. Then you can add some photos of the person you want. Right? Likewise, you will be learning different things. Right? Building websites are not very difficult, right? It is very easy. You can do it, right? Once you now likewise you can change your website like that. You can build your own websites, but these are not available for you. No, these are not available for general public. To available for general public, you have to host your website, which means upload it to a server, and then you will be able to access them. Right? That is about web pages and websites, domain names, and everything. Right? Did you understand? how to create websites now, how you can make it available for the general public. Yes?
WordPress
Yes.
එකේ තියෙන
Yes,
ඔක්කොම
ask.
HTML එකත් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද?
WordPress එකේ තියෙන ඔක්කොම කරන්න පුළුවන්.
ඒ කියන්නේ
හැබැයි WordPress
අර-
එකේ හරි ලේසියෙන් කර හැකි ඔයාට වෙන මොකද්ද?
Okay. නැස අර ආර්ට්ස් එහෙම දාන්න ඔය එක ඒකේ තියෙන විදිහට
ආර්ට්ස් එහෙම දාන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ඔයාට ඒකට හරියටම ආර්ට් එක දාන කෝඩ් එක මොකක්ද කියලා හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ විදිහට ඒක හදන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි ඔයා WordPress වලට හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් Angular.js වලට හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් තමනක් තියෙන්නේ Dreamweaver වලට හරි ගියාම ඒව හදන්න දෙයක් නෑ. ඒවා සිලෙක්ට් කරලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඊවන් බිල් පේමන්ට් කරන ඒවා හැම ලේසියෙන් ඒව හදන්න පුළුවන්. right? එහෙනම් දැන් HTML කියන්නේ හරි බේසික් කෝඩ් එකෙන් කෝඩ් එක ඔයා ටයිප් කර හද දාන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි WordPress වගේ නැත්තම් තමනාද මේ Dreamweaver වගේ ගියාම එහෙම කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. සමහර limitations තියෙනවා. HTML කියන්නේ very basic. Right? Now you cannot see any HTML page even they have Joomla or WordPress or Dreamweaver likewise. PHP, those things, right? Very good. You have asked that question.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. So there are things you can do with web designing, right? That is very good for you. If it is that is very highly paid profession even, right? So you can start your teaching and learning things now because in the YouTube there are so many websites available for you. You can go there, you can search them, right? And find anything you want. So what you have to do is you go for the YouTube, right? You go for the YouTube, and here in the search, right, you type just web development. Here you have tutorial for beginners, courses, tutorials, anything you want, you search it. Right? So there are some tutorials, you go for that, and you even in Sinhala medium here, even in Sinhala medium you have, right? Okay, I will share this link with you if you want. You go, you learn if you want, right? That is not and like compulsory. If you are interested in web development, you follow those websites. So there are so many, right? If you want to find a person, or if you know a particular person's name, right? What you have to do is just type. So let's say if you want to find me, you will just type my name and enter. Then you will be able to see my channel. So if by then you can go to my channel or any other person's channel, right? Then you go and check videos. So you have different playlist, or you have different videos, right? So you go for the videos and all the things will be available. What you have to do is you find a way, but going by particular person's name is not very easy. Therefore you have to go for here and search for what you want. Let's say you want cyber bullying. You want to find things about cyberbullying. You go and type in. Let's say you want to learn about Java, because in the next session you will be learning about Java. Here you have in Sinhala, in English, whatever the language you want, right? Can find. So the internet is a very good thing to search things and get updated if you use it correctly. So that is all about the websites, web browsers, and URLs and everything. And next we will move on to another very important thing for you all. It is internet. That is also an advantage we are having from the internet. It's a email. The name email is a compression or the short term for the word electronic mail. Electronic mail is the method we use to send letters, send information, send invitation and everything electronically, right? If you want to access the email, if you want to send an email, or if you want to get an email, what you have to do is, right, you have to have a digital device or electronic device, right? Okay, give me a minute. Right. Okay, so electronic mails are the digital method of sending messages or sending letters, right? Normally you have letters, you have addresses, and you put in the envelope. What you are doing is you just in this envelope, right? In this envelope, what you are doing is here you stick the stamp. Here you write the address, and you handed it over to the post office. Then it will take 2 or 3 days and it will be delivered. Right? Same thing can be done. Same thing can be done in the email, but much quicker and faster. Right? Email, short for electronic mail, is a component of internet. It is a fast and electronic way of sending messages to individuals and groups of people. Right? So here the very important thing is it is the electronic way that you can send messages to people, right? Right? Send messages to people. Electronic way of sending messages to individuals and groups. Not only one person, you can send groups. So if you are sending letters, right, for a group, you have if you are sending for 10 people, you have to have 10 envelopes and 10 letters, but here you can send the exact one letter to even 1,000, right? Then there are several service providers, so there are several sites you can use to create your email addresses or get your email addresses, such as Gmail, Hotmail, then Reddit.com or Yahoo. You can have different type of email. So if you are creating your email with Gmail, Google, that is the Gmail, right? Gmail is your email address, right? So you have like kushanbandar@gmail.com. If you are going for the Hotmail, you will be getting like danandi@hotmail.com. If you are going for the Yahoo, right, then you will get like chandima@yahoo.com. Likewise, you will be having some different sites you get your email address created, right? To send or receive an email, you must have an email address. That is compulsory, right? If you want to send or if you want to receive an email, right, first of all, you must have an email address, and then only you can send or receive emails. This address is unique in nature, and it is two important parts. There are two important parts. The first part is username, and the second part is the domain name, right? Here we will move further and you will understand them, right? There are these two are separated by a special symbol called @ right? This symbol name is @ symbol, right? How you can write @ symbol? It is very easy, right? Some of you don't know. Just write simple A and go like this. And they're not exactly like this, but I couldn't like plug my touchpad. That is why, right? I'm just writing using my mouse. @ symbol. @ symbol is separating the username and the domain, right? The domain name can wait. Here's the lesser point. The domain name can be same for lots of people, which means this mgt.rjt.ac.lk. Everyone is having that, right? mgt.rjt.ac.lk. Okay, likewise. right? For an example, amila@gmail.com and nadun@gmail.com are two addresses with the same domain name. What is the domain name? This at gmail.com or at yahoo.com. These are the domain names. This domain name and this domain name both are the same, right? Same domain name, gmail.com, but the usernames Amila and Nadun are different and hence the addresses are different. Okay, you can have the same domain name for thousands or hundreds or million web addresses, but the username should be different. Otherwise, how can we identify? For an example, let's look at your institute email addresses. All of you have mgt.rjt.ac.lk. That is the domain name. Management Faculty, Rajarata University of Sri Lanka, right? Educational websites. That is why mgt.rjt.ac.lk. But that before the at part, you have what? IS 341, IS 321. That username is changed. You can identify a person or a person's email address only by referring to the username. And by looking at the domain name, you cannot identify any user specifically because everyone is getting the same name from the same domain. Okay. Right. You can buy your own domain names, right? You can buy your own domains, right? So you have to pay and then you will buy. This is also an extended parts of the email. Here you have username at symbol, then the mail server, let's mean Gmail, Yahoo, mgt.rjt.ac, likewise Wix, Thunderbird, likewise any mail server and the domain .com or .lk, right? .gov or something. It is not different like the website .com mean commercial, .lk mean Sri Lanka, right? To create a new message, you have to click for the compose button in the email address, right? Then you have to type your email addresses in the two, and then you have to type, right? Once you click on the compose button, you can see this kind of user interface or GUI appears, right? Where you can type whatever the things you want. Here you have an option called to. Here the place where you have to type the email address which this message should be sent to. Receiver's email addresses. Right? Here you have CC and BCC. I will be teaching those things, right? Then here you have to add the subject, right? Subject. Then here this is called as the body of the email. This is where you type your message. Here you have the email signature, and then you have the send button. If you click this send button, this message will be sent to these people, and this file icon can be used to attach some images or anything, right? So let's talk about these parts separately, right? You have to here to specify the recipient's address. CC means the carbon copy, right? Once you email is copied, that means the copy of the email will be sent to that people, but those people will not reply to your email. For an example, let's say I want to send you an assignment. Let's say I am giving you an assignment to build a website and submit it to the LMS. I want to inform you through email. But the head of the department should know that I have sent you an email, right? Send you an email to describing about the assignment. Otherwise, anyone can say, no, sir didn't give any assignment to us. So it is very unfair, right? Such kind of things. So to provide evidence that HOD knows that I have sent an email, right? I can CC it, carbon copy it. Carbon copy it means, right? That person see email is sent, but that person is not involving with the email. Right? Then you have the BCC. BCC means blind carbon copy, which means like this. Right? Let's say, Kushan is not doing assignments. Let's say, for an example, he is a very good person and he is doing everything, right? Very dedicated student, but I'm just getting an example, right? Kushan is not doing assignments. So as the lecturer of him, I am sending an email to warn the Kushan. Kushan, you are a good student, but you are not doing assignments. Therefore, I cannot give you marks. Please submit your assignment on or before 30th September. I want to send that to Kushan. And also I want to inform that the head of the department that I have sent a warning email to Kushan, but Kushan shouldn't know that. සිංහලෙන් කිව්වොත් මම කුෂාන්ට ඊමේල් එකක් යවනවා. ඒ යවන ඊමේල් එක කුෂාන්ට හම්බෙන්නත් ඕනේ, හෙඩ් දැනගන්නත් ඕනේ. හැබැයි කුෂාන් දැනගන්න බෑ මේ ඊමේල් එක හෙඩ් දකිනවා කියලා. ඒ වගේ වෙලාවට අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා BCC. අපි BCC එක පාවිච්චි කරපුවාම පුතේ වෙන්නේ, right? ඊමේල් එක හම්බෙන්නේ මේ 2 කියන අයට දරුවනේ පෙන්වන්නේ නැහැ මේ ඊමේල් එක BCC කරලා තියෙන්නේ කාටද කියලා. අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අපි හිතමුකෝ ඊමේල් එකක් යවන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි අනිත් අය දැනගන්න හොඳ නැහැ අනිත් අයගේ ඊමේල් ඇඩ්‍රස්. දැන් දනන්දි කියනවා සචිනිත් එක්ක මං තරහයි, ජයමිත් එක්ක මං තරහයි. සර් ඒ හින්දා මගේ ඊමේල් ඇඩ්‍රස් එක යාලට පෙන්වන්න එපා. එතකොට මට පුළුවන් හැමෝටම BCC කරන්න. BCC කරපුවම Tamanට ඊමේල් එක එනවා විතරයි. තව කාටද ගිහින් තියෙන්නේ, කාටද යවලා තියෙන්නේ, CC කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා බලන්න. දැන් BCC කරොත් බෑ. හැබැයි ඔයා 2 හරි CC හරි තැන්වල දැම්මොත් පුතේ ඒක බලන්න පුළුවන්. මම එක්සැම්පල් එකකින් පෙන්නන්න. හරිද? Subject කියන්නේ email එකේ purpose එක අර like can you remember the official when we are writing the official letters we are putting the heading, right? මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවය පැවැත්වීම සඳහා අවසර ලබා ගැනීමට. Likewise the subject. Then you have the body where you type the full describe things and you send it, right? Okay, let's move on to the practical situation, right? Let's jump on to the email and let's draft a sample email. I will be using my official institute email. And I will send an email to you all, right? Okay. Now I am in my email. So if I want to check my emails, what I have to do is either you can click this Gmail button or you can go to this and choose this one. Either is working, right? Once you click on Gmail, you can see the emails. All the emails are here, right? There are some tags or labels you can add. I will tell you about them in short, right? So now here, this is the email interface you have, right? What you have to do is you can send, create an email. Let's say you have to compose it. Here you have the button to compose, right? You click on it, right? Yes. Hello. Yes. Any question? ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවද මොකක් හරි? තිබ්බොත් අහන්න. Right. You can open this, but these things will not be available in yours, right? This is just empty, right? I will show you how you can insert this one, right? Each time I open a new email or compose a new email, this signature is appearing, right? I will be teaching you how you can add this signature, right? Here you have 2, right? In here you can add the list of people you want to send your emails. Okay, now I'm going to add, yes.
PowerPoint එක විතරයි සර් ෂෙයා වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
හරි මම පෙන්නන්න. ඉන්න මට නාඩියක් දෙන්න. Right. Thank you very much. I'm sorry about that. Right. I didn't know. Right. But here, once you, okay, now you don't know anything, right? You haven't. So once you go to the Google, right, here you can change your login to website. So I have logged into many email addresses because I have to like manage many things. So I will be using my official email, right? Once you go for the official email, right, it will show like this. Here you have two buttons, right? Here it is Gmail, or you can click here and choose Gmail. Either is working. Either is working. You can choose either of them, and once you choose that, email interface will be opening. So here you have your here, which means you have inbox. You have here sent box. Send box here, all the send email are allocated here. You have here inbox, all the coming, only all the received emails are here. My policy is to minimize these things, right? Minimize these things. Once I do the task, I archive them. That doesn't mean I delete them, I archive them. Here I have like labeled each and every email where I can see that if I want to get emails regarding your dot, I have created a label for you. Here, two emails have been received. Right? If I'm to talk about Bitsa, these are the emails I have received. Right? These are in my inbox, but I have labeled them and archived. So that will be easy for me to understand what are the new coming emails and what emails should be performed action, or what action I have done. For an example, I want to consider about these two. I haven't done anything about this two, right? So if you want to send an email or like create a new email, you just click on this compose icon. Right? Once you click on that, you can see here a new compose box is available. But don't worry about this. These things will not be appear your compose box because this is my email signature. You may have seen this, right? Email signature, you can put it right. So I will teach you how to create email signature, right? Each time I start to compose it, signature is automatically appearing, right? As I told you here, to means people to whom I am sending this email. So now I'm going to send these emails to you, right? Send these emails to you. So if I show you, right, here I have your email addresses. What I'm going to do is I will copy your personal, let's say institute emails, all the institute emails. Right? There are two people still don't have the institute emails, right? Institute emails, or no, let's say the private emails, right? Because some of you don't have the institute emails, copy the institute emails and paste here. Control V, paste. Control C and Control V. Now you can see each and every email address is added there, right? 88 emails, right? Now I want to CC them. Send a carbon copy to my udesh.senarat@gmail.com. To that I want to CC. I want to BCC it to my other email address, examudesh@gmail.com, which you don't know, right? Please don't send email to these two. Only you have that RJT email. I will respond to those things. This and this I don't respond, right? You only email you want to send your emails are udesh.senrat@mgt.rjt.ac.lk. Right. Now I have CC'd, I have BCC'd, and I have two. Right? These are the recipients. I copied it to the carbon copied it to my Gmail account and BCC it to my other Gmail account. Right? In the subject, you can type anything. This subject is very much important. For an example, if like a person like me, I will only read the subject, and if the subject look like interest, I will read the email, or otherwise I will not read them. Right? Sending the subject is very important. Subject is the summarize of what you are doing, like test email in test email in, I don't remember. Okay, I will copy it, right? This one. These are the subject I'm teaching, right? In this test email in ITM. This one. So instead of this in, you can put this pipeline. Dear students, enter. This is a sample email for your lesson internet and email. If you have installed Grammarly to your computer, these emails, spellings and everything will be checked by the Grammarly. So it is very helpful for you. That is what I wanted to type. Then thank you, best regards, your name. That is what is you doing normally. Okay, let's type that one also. This is now thank you, best regards, Udesh S. Senarat. Here, please, please put an enter, right? And this is another enter. This name should be bolded. Here you can bold if you want italic, if you want underline anything you can do, but normally as a ethic we only bold it, right? So this is the email. I am done with it. Now I want to attach a photo to that, right? Okay, I'm going to attach a photo. If you want to attach a photo, you click on this file. Not only a photo, right? Not only a photo. Any document you want, you can attach. Let's say I want to attach an image, right? Okay, I will be gifting you this image, right? This is a nice image I have downloaded. I'm gifting you that image, right? Okay. So once the image is uploaded, it is showing like this. Let's say I want to upload another separate file. Okay, let's say the marks for your second assignment, I have already published it, right? I will send it again. Assignments, assignment 2, maybe this one. Marks I have attached. So I have two attachments. Right? Once you done this one, right, what you have to do is you click this send, or you just click this one. You can schedule the time. Right? You can schedule a time where you can pick a time and date and set the schedule. So on that schedule, the email will be sent, but I won't send it now. Right? Here now you can see in the Grammarly it says something that's wrong, but it is in the premium session. Otherwise, you are good to go. Right? Now I click on the send button. Right? Once you click on the send button, you can see here you can undo the mail if you want for a certain minutes. Now you cannot undo the email has sent. Right? Probably you have received it, but you cannot see here the sent mail. You cannot see here. So what to check sent mail? You go here. Once you go there, you can see the top, you have the sent mail. Now, this is the sended mail. Right? This is the sended mail by me to you. Right? There are things there. Right? Now, if I move on to my other email addresses, for an example, this email, which I CC, right? Which I CC, right? If it is loading, now I can see here, now a new email has arrived, so I open it. Okay, the email is visible. Now here you can see all the people, other people who have received the email. So if you click this drop down thing, you can see here too. These people have received the email. It is CC to me. But can you see the BCC one? Can you see here the BCC one? You cannot see, right? If you check your email now, you can exactly see these things, the CC1 and 2, but you cannot see the BCC because why? It is blind. I BCC'd it to the third account. Like, let's go to that account and check. Here I have got got the same email. Same thing is appearing. If I click this drop down menu, right? It is shown to me. It is shown to me because I am the only person who got BCC, right? The thing is, let's say I BCC it to me and I also BCC it to Kushan. Kushan cannot see it is also BCC to me. BCC කරපුවාම පුතේ ඒ අදාළ කෙනාගේ email address විතර මට BCC කළා නම් මගේ email address එක විතරයි පෙන්නන්නේ. දැන් මම ඕක BCC කරොත් තව කුෂාන්ටයි දනන්දිටයි සච්චිනිටයි ජයමිටයි හැමෝටම එයාලට පෙන්වන්නේ නැහැ BCC කරලා තියෙන හැමෝම. තමන්ට BCC කරලා කියලා විතරයි පෙන්වන්නේ. ඒක තමයි මේ blind carbon copy එකේ තියෙන වැදගත්කම, right? එතකොට මෙන්න මෙහෙම වැටෙනවා, right? So this is how you can send an email, right? So please follow these etiquettes once when you are sending emails next time, right? ඔයාලා ඊළඟට email යවද්දි මෙන්න මේවා පාවිච්චි කරන්න, right? Dear sir, නැත්නම් dear madam කියලා දාලා කමාවක් තියලා int එකක් තියලා මෙතනින් space එකක් තියලා මෙතන අවශ්‍ය දේ type කරලා ඊට center space එකක් දාලා thank you best regards thank you කියලා මෙන්න මේ mark එක punctuation mark එක දාලා best regards කියලා කමාවක් දාලා ඔයාගේ නම දාලා bold කරලා තමයි ලස්සනට මේ වගේ වන්න ඕන. ඔයාලා IT students ලානේ. නිකන් අවට ගියාට එහෙම email එවන්න එපා මම බලන්නේ නැහැ. Right? So let's say you are now here, you have received an email, right? Now you want to, like, you have read it, you have download all the attachment. Now there's no point of keeping this email inside your inbox, right? It is like such a time wasting thing, right? It is like a such time wasting and space wasting thing. So what you have to do is, once you've done that one, you can create a label for this email and you can archive it. For an example, let's say you want to create this email like ITM this. Right? This should be the email label. What you have to do is, you have a panel tool. Here you can archive, spam, delete, mark as unread, snooze, right? Add to task, or you can move to a folder, or you can move to a particular label, or you have already created. Or here you have a option called label. Once you click on it, the already available labels are appearing here. These are the already available labels of mine. So if I want to create a new label here, what I have to do is, you just type the label here, the name, right? ITM 1153 Foundation of ISP. P mean practical. Now it shows that the label is not available, but you can create it. To create it, just click on create, right? Now the label is in the creating process. And if you want to, like, subcategorize this, you click on here nested under and you select any other sub main label you want, right? If you don't want, you just put it here and click create. Once you create it here, you can see the label is appearing here, and also all the labels are appearing here. See, in alphabetical order. Here I have ITM, the just now created label. If you here click on this one, right, you have different option. You can edit and change it, you can hide it. Here you can even change the color of the label, right? You go for add more colors, and here change the background color, here change the font color as you wish, any color. This one and this one if you want, green if you want, and you choose the color you want and click apply. Once you click on apply, you can see the label color is changed. Now if you select, if you go to your inbox, you can see the label, the email is labeled. The email is labeled. I have seen it, I have read it. Now you want to remove this from the inbox, but you have to, at the same time, you have to save it in your computer, in your email. If something happened, you want to get it back, right? So what to do that, what you have to do is, you don't want to delete. If you delete it, it will be permanently deleting, right? Here you have an option called archive, the first option, the archive, right? Once you select those things and everything, right, press archive button, which means you, once you like email it and let's say label it, label එක කරන්න නැතුව archive කරන්න එපා, හොයාගන්න බැරි වෙනවා, right? Once you label it, you can archive. So you can see the email is gone here. Now say I want to check what was the attachment, I don't remember. Now how you can get it? You here go for the labels, but here you have the label you have created, foundation of IS. You click on that label. Once you click on that label, that email is appearing here. That is the email. Okay? Likewise, I have so many labels here to arrange emails, right? For an example, this my dialog label shows you all the payments done by the online. This netlib shows the online payment for my publications. Yeah, under the FMS, I have separate labels like this one, and DIS. Under the DIS, I have separate labels. Right? Pizza. Likewise, you can categorize your email, and this is very helping. Right? This is very helpful. Like that, this is how you can manage your email. Now, finally, I'm going to teach you the final things for the day. I'm going to teach you about creating a signature. Maybe not be, may not be the final thing, right? I may have maybe teaching you some other things until 4. Right, creating an email signature. To create an email signature, what you have to do is, right, you just here in this email interface, right, you have an option called here settings, right? Settings. Here you have the compose button. Here you have settings. Right? Once you click on settings, there are some settings. You can change your background image like this if you want. Likewise, you can change your background image, or separate things you can do. Right? Then here at the beginning you have see all settings. See all settings. So please click on see all settings. Right? Once you click on see all settings, the settings are available here. Right? You can see, you can change, undo this, undo send email 5 seconds. Within 5 seconds I can undo. If you want, you give 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds to undo the send ping. In the email page, maximum 50 emails will be shown. If you want, you can increase it to 100. Like if you scroll down gradually, right, you can see here an option called email signature or a signature, right? You will not be seeing these things because you don't have them, right? You just see the signature option, right? In that signature option, here you have an option called create, right? Create. Click on that create option, right? Then it is asking a name for the signature, then say test signature, or you can type whatever the signature you want and click on create. Right? Once you click on create, you can see this signature. Here I have separate signature for separate purposes. For an example, for the research symposium, I have this signature. Okay? This signature was newly created, right? This was my old signature. Okay? There are different type of signature. If you click on this test things, you can create your own signature with your like. Let's say you in the signature you want type thank you best regards, Udesh. Yes, Senarat. Right. So I want to bold it, so I will select it and bold it. Then everything is bolded, so I off the bold and lecturer MP Department of Systems, Faculty of Management Studies, City of Sri Lanka. Likewise, you can, so if you think these things should be in different color, you select it, and here you can change the color to like no background color. The font text color should be like ash. So check, it is in ash color, right? So likewise, you want here, you can check. If you want to add any image after that, you can add an image. Like let's say the university logo if you want, right? So like this. If we select it, the university logo will be added shortly. Yeah. But the thing is, right, this is a basic type of this image will not be appear here, but it will be showing here. You can change the image or remove the image, right? For now, you just check with without image, right? Here, you cannot add this post, right? Here you can add student. Instead of lecturer, you can add student. Student Department of Information System, Faculty of Management Study, Rajaratnam University of Sri Lanka. Below your name, you can add all your qualification, academic qualification. Like I have BSc, BSc, BIT, SPPC, RUSL. Then again, I have my master's, MISM. If you have a diploma in English, right, you can add that. Deep in ENG. Likewise. So if you are still following your degree or something, you can add like reading. You can add your degree like this. BSc, Hons, IS, but you are still following it. So within brackets, you say reading. You are still following it. Then likewise, you can change, you can add anything you want. And then this is your email. So Control S, which means you saved it. Right? Once you saved it, right below that, you have to specify your signature. So for new email, here drop down menu, here you use your signature, text signature. Here again, you use your text signature. Likewise, you say, choose it and then you save it. I'm not going to save, right? You create the signature and you save it. Once you save it, whenever you start to compose another email, whatever you type there will be appearing here. So whatever you want to do is, you don't have to type this thank you, best regards, anything, blah, blah, blah. What you have to do is, dear sir, and then send. That is what happening. So if this small thing is not enough, you just click on full screen mode. It will be appearing as a full screen. Right? These things like you can add, right? These things of mine are working. If you click on this, you will go for my Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn or Instagram site, right? So likewise, you can do it. There are so many things you have to learn, right? But initially, those things are very important, right? So finally, in the email, I will like to I'm like to give you, if you check my here. So this is the email signature of mine. If you click this one, right, it will open my Facebook account. It is taking time, however, it is appearing like this. But likewise, you have separate things. So what you so if you click this one, I don't know whether just because I have changed my username recently, that is why, right? You can add it. So how you can do it? So there are some websites allow you to create your own email signatures, right? Free email signatures. So you can go for that particular site and you can select a signature you want, right? I had one. Let me search it. Send it to a friend of mine. This is my email signature before I joined to the Gujarati University. Mm. This is the email signature of my. This is my first email signature. That's fine. Let's go for the same items. I will give you the link and I will show you how to create it. Somehow it is missing, right? I will share the link shortly, right? Right now I don't have the link. Okay, no matter, right? So you will go to the Google and you can search free email signature create. And then you find anything you want, like this one. Let's say here you have to create an account. But that doesn't want you have like maybe this one. This one. Yes, this is the site. You can create different emails. So I will send you this link, right? So if anyone want, go for this site, right? Create your own email signature and copy it and paste it. I will show you. Here you can choose a template, right? If you want a template with image like this, you can create it. You choose this template and you go for this edit, right? Then you go for edit. You can change the colors if you want. This pink color, I want to change it for like blue color. You can change this dark text color. You can change it if you want red, right? And that is not purple. If you want, that is not good. Normally we use black. Link colors, if you want link colors in separately, you can choose them if you want them. How to go. Font, you can change. Normally, Tahoma, Verdana is the best thing. You can change font names, right? Here you can add change your details if you want. Let's say Tushan Pandara. If you want title, you can just undergraduate Department Information System, Faculty of Management. So if you want your phone number, you can type it. If you have another, you can type. If you have a website, you can put it here. www. Email if you have any other email address, you can type it, but don't give your personal addresses, right? That is not very good. So if you have any LinkedIn websites, you go for the LinkedIn website in the browser, you copy the link and paste it here, right? Like this, right? If you put them, right, you can see here buttons are appearing. Instagram buttons are appearing, right? So once you click that one, if you give this link correctly to that website, it will be gone. It will be directed. So now the finally you want to add your image, you go for this image and any image you want, you can add. What you have to do is first upload your image into your Google Drive and select the Google Drive, go to the Google Drive, open it, copy the link and paste the link here, whatever you want, right? That once you click that, once you paste the link clearly, right, your photo will be appearing here. But otherwise, if you don't want any photo, this is enough, right? So once you've done that, right, this email signature will be creating, right? So you have to do, what you have to do is you just select, give your email address here, right, and press enter. Once you press enter, right, your email signature will be sent to you, so that you can get your email address, or otherwise let's email signature, or otherwise no, there's no option to copy it from here, right? So once you give your email address, so I gave this email address, I will go to that. So, I gave the uh, I don't exactly remember which email address I have given. Okay, whatever. Right, you give the email address, so your signature will be sent to your email, right? Then, right. So once you done it, so let's say this one, create your own. It is going for the previous one. There was right. So once you give your email address, so this should be sent to your email. Right, this will be emailed to you. There you can find your email signature, right? What you have to do is you copy that from and paste it in the email signature area where you go and create it, right? It will be automatically appearing, right? So let's go again. You give it and confirm and submit. right? Now, right? Don't so choose one, right? Maybe choose like 10 or 20 employees, right? This is your email address, signature, right? What you have to do is click this copy button, right? Copy email signature. Okay, now I copied it, and then go here, go for settings, right? See all settings, right? Then straight away go to the email signature, right? Create new one like this, and paste is Control V, paste, right? Email signature will be pasted perfectly, right? So you can see here some disalignments, right? These will not be applied, right? When you are composing the email, right? It will be right as you have created, right? It will be appeared like this, right? It is just for here, it will be appearing, right? That is all. Then select your email signatures here and click save and okay. Every time you compose, you will be getting an email signature like this, right? So that is how you create your email signatures, right? I have shared the link with you, right? Then that is how you create email signatures, right? That is very important because like if you have a very professional email signature, right? And very attractive, people like to receive emails from you, right? Okay, so that is about emails, right? See, creating emails and creating sending emails, and uh, we have learned several things today, right? So what you have to do is we are going to finish the lesson in next week, right? Next week we will finish the lesson. We will finish all the lectures, and henceforth you will not be having a final paper for your final examination for practicals, because I will be collecting your assignment marks and will be giving them to you for 40, right? So there's another remaining 20, right? For that I will be conducting an assignment online quiz on the end of the month, maybe 28th, right? 28th September, uh, like 10 a.m. or something, I will inform you, right? For now, please remember it as 28, right? You have to be prepared for the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Power BI, and Internet email. Most the question will be from Internet email uh, and other things, right? So please be prepared, right? And if you want, you can create your own email signatures, right? That will be very good, right? Next week we will talk about some protocols regarding the uh, emails, and we will be talking about the cloud computing and uh, internet security. Those three things will be covered, and we will be finishing the lessons, right? Okay, up to now so far we have covered many things, right? Actually today your lessons are over, but I want to teach something more. I want to teach something more. That is why I'm dragging it to the next week as well, right? Because you are IS students and you ought to know different things than other students in other departments, right? Okay. Right, with that, I'm going to conclude the session. Right, if you have any question, you can ask or you can contact me anytime, right? But do you have any question? Right, very good. Okay, I have shared the link to create your own email signatures. Somebody can copy it and send it to the WhatsApp group, your FIS group, so everyone can see. Right. Right. So then I'm going to wind up the session. Right. Thank you very much, and participate to the next session, right, which we will be talking about the final part of the intent and email, and some more about your final assignment for 20 marks. Right. Thank you very much. Now you may leave the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Have a
you,
nice
sir.
day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.